Alright, y'all, it's I.A.G. It's all about God. We out here at the ministry base at Worship Zone Inheritance today or whatever. Or we have our gardens planted. We don't do a lot of videos in the gardens or whatever, but we out here working in the garden today. Usually we come back in to the ministry base on Thursdays because we have prayer on Thursdays or whatever, and we always here on Saturdays and Sundays as well or whatever, because we have our Sunday services and things like that or whatever on the weekend. But yeah, we out here working in the garden today. As you can see, the garden is doing well. The Lord been keeping it. What'd you say, Tim?
Look at the corn.
Tim Jones said, look at the corn. Yeah, the corn is probably about 5'10", 5'9", and as you see, the corn is about just as tall as I am. So corn is about 6 feet tall, somewhere in there. But yep, garden is doing good. As you can see, we got plenty of collard greens. We've already picked some of the collard greens already or whatever, so we got plenty more. We planted about 1.5 rows of collard greens or whatever. But yep, got a lot of stuff going on. We got pumpkins, we got what else? We got pumpkins, we got cantaloupe, we got watermelon, we got all those type of things or whatever growing in the garden. And yeah, we got all type of beans, pole beans and all type of things like that or whatever. But yeah, we just planted a small garden this year. And
some peanuts.
yeah, we got peanuts. Got peanuts down there like Tim Jr. said. But we just planted a small garden this year. Last year I think we had like probably 5 or 6 gardens about this size. But this year, yeah. But this year we just planted 1 garden. And this over here, because this is our clothing shop here that we call the Oasis. And we're gonna have a door that comes out the back of the Oasis, and then it's gonna come into this garden here or whatever. And as you can see, that's where the rabbits used to be at. It's all a plan, it's all a strategy or whatever. The rabbits used to be over here. I'm gonna take it over and let you see it. But yeah, the rabbits used to be over here. We had this little section here. Let me back up. We had this little section here, like going through there. Had a fence going around there or whatever, where the rabbits were or whatever. And so it's good and fertilized or whatever with some good natural, rabbit manure. And right now we got a cover crop over the top of it, because that's gonna be either a fall garden or a garden for next summer or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna get that tilled in and plant that, like I said, either this fall coming up or next summer or whatever. And that garden there is gonna boom. And this garden over here that I just got through showing you, this pretty much has rabbit compost and chicken compost and all those type of things in there, wood chips. Over the years, we've fertilized it with all natural sources or whatever. We didn't put any chemical fertilizer on this garden at all. Not one lick of chemical fertilizer. This is all just hard work over the years, developing the soil or whatever. The soil was already pretty good in this spot anyway. And let me show you this other little raised bed we got over here. This raised bed right here, we call this the chicken garden, because literally there was a chicken coop here. We had a chicken coop here for probably about a year or so or whatever, and then we deep bedded the chicken coop, with wood chips. It probably had like a foot of wood chips in there, and it just broke down over time. We let it rest once we moved the chicken coop, because y'all know we moved all of our chickens, all of our rabbits. We used to have them here in the city before we got our property in the country or whatever. And I'll link to that video when we moved everything or whatever. We called it Operation Relocation. But we had the chickens here, we had the rabbits here, we had all of our animals here until we moved them down to our farm location where we at now or whatever. But yeah, so this was a chicken coop with deep bedding with wood chips or whatever. And we let it rest after we moved the chicken coop or whatever and tilled it up. And we planted strawberries, carrots right there. And then we planted all type of bell peppers or whatever. Can't wait to have some stuffed bell peppers. But yeah, so like I said, that rabbit garden over there is gonna be just like this one. It's gonna be a raised bed or whatever. Got strawberries. That's right, Tim. What you say?
We got some strawberries, I said.
Yep, got strawberries. And we're not gonna be able to
watermelon.
Cantaloupe, watermelon. That's right. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to harvest any strawberries off of these strawberries this year. We're gonna let them grow and mature and then harvest off of them next year or whatever. Because a few strawberries have popped up already, and we just pull them off before they get a chance to get ripe, so they don't, steal the nutrient from the greenery plant or the plant or whatever. But yep, just walking around the garden today, looking at, what the Lord has done for us, how he's, you know, because the Bible says that one man plant, another man water, and God gives the increase. So it's like no matter what we do, you know, if God is not giving increase to it, it's not gonna grow, it's not gonna develop, it's not gonna, you know, be fruitful or whatever. But let me okay, all right, let me talk on the video right now. But yeah, no matter what we do, if the Lord is not increasing it, you know, it's not gonna be fruitful, it's not gonna increase or whatever. So it's important that we, you know, make sure that we understand that process. You know, one part plant, one part water, one part increase or whatever. And you know, the Bible says one man plant, one man water, but God gives the increase. And that third level is the most important or whatever, because if God is not in it, you know, it's not gonna be fruitful. It can't be fruitful in any way or whatever. So yeah, like I say, it's a beautiful example, you know, being out here with physical plants or whatever and seeing their development, because these physical plants are an example of us. You know, these are physical examples. You know, it's just like the Old Testament is a physical example, and the New Testament is spiritual revelation of those physical examples. I always tell people, it's like, if you're reading the Old Testament and you don't see Jesus, you're not reading the Old Testament right. And it's the same way if we walk through this physical life. If I plant these plants and I only see like momentary food, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be looking at this process in the right way or whatever. It's like these plants are just physical examples of people. You know, like we are seeds, we are plants. You know, God has to plant us, he has to water us, he has to increase us. You know, and you know, it's just a beautiful example of people and the method of discipleship or whatever. You know, because that's pretty much, if you sum up those three phases of development, you can sum them up in one word, and that's discipleship. And the purpose is to create a disciple, somebody that's in position to be used by God. You know, just like these plants. You know, I'm creating these plants, so I'm nurturing these plants, I'm planting and I'm watering these plants, and God is giving increase to these plants so that one day they can be used for a purpose. And it's like, that's the reason that we as people are being planted, watered, and increased. It's so that we can be fruitful and be used for a purpose. And that purpose is to glorify God. You know, that purpose is to let our light shine so that people will see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. But yeah, we just out here chilling today. Like I say, we preparing ourselves for prayer. You know, we'll probably have some people come by the ministry base today or whatever. And we'll probably share Jesus with a couple people, share some food with some people, spend some time praying with some people. And then we'll, you know, have our prayer meeting at 6:30 or whatever. And then tomorrow we'll be headed back out to the farm or whatever. And we have a prayer walk this weekend where we get out into the neighborhood and, you know, love on people. But just enjoying this beautiful garden out here that the Lord has made, and spending some time with the boys. Boys, I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. See y'all next everywhere.